Coming up on Career Path, learn where a degree in kinesiology can take you. Stay with us. Good evening and welcome to Career Path, the show that brings back alumni to share their success stories and inspire others to chase their dreams. I'm Maria Diaz, and today we are here with Dr. Marco Ferrucci, who is the co-founder of the Chiropractic Source. Hello, Dr. Ferrucci, and thank you for joining us today.
Thank you so much for having me.
So our first question is, we know that you graduated from Nutley High School. You didn't go far for college. So what's so great about Nutley?
Nutley, even though it's a tiny town, it's my home. My family's there. I have probably 85% of my family still lives in Nutley. Being of Italian-American background, it's a very Italian-American community. Got the greatest Italian restaurants, stuff like that. So, I mean, I knew when I left for school, I was coming back to Nutley to live.
And what kind of hobbies did you do while growing up?
Well, when I was younger, I got introduced to exercise about 15, 16 years old. And when I learned about that, that kind of put me in the path towards something fitness, so I was very much into fitness, so I always worked out. It got to the point where I was so interested in it, I started to personal train some of my friends in the gym that I had in my garage at that time. So it kind of set my path towards, either personal training or eventually in the future was chiropractic.
And tell me, why William Patterson?
Well, at the time period, when I was choosing my schools, I was looking to stay close to home. I wasn't at that time ready to stay away at school, so I was looking for a school that fit my needs. And at that time, I was looking for a good exercise physiology or exercise science degree. And William Patterson is pretty well known for that. So when I figured that out, it was kind of a no-brainer that I was going to end up at William Patterson.
And the Department of Kinesiology has 4 different majors. Which one did you choose and why?
I majored in exercise physiology. So that is more of a career where you would, understand how exercise affects the human body, and how you could become healthier through exercise and some of those lifestyle changes.
And what kind of extracurricular activities did you do while attending William Patterson?
Well, I was very involved when it came to William Patterson. I got involved because I didn't want to be one of those commuters that just came to class and went back and didn't really get involved. So one of the things I did is I joined a fraternity on campus. That got me very involved, on the campus and off the campus as well with some friends. And I also was an orientation leader. So all the new students that were coming in, I had the opportunity to introduce them to William Patterson. So it gave me a lot of opportunity to meet new people and just get involved, so I didn't feel like I was just another commuter.
Good. And do you think internships are important or unnecessary within your field?
It's absolutely necessary because it's your first experience towards that career you may end up getting to. So it's something that you would want to experience before you go out there to see, is this something I would like? And if it's something that you see that doesn't work for you, you can go a different path rather than, just assuming that this is what I'm going to do because I went to school for it.
And what did you do differently compared to your peers after graduation?
My path was different because most people that do exercise physiology either end up personal training or doing some cardiac rehab or maybe doing physical therapy or athletic training, where I took the chiropractic path. That was kind of a unique path that a lot of my peers did not do. So that would set me apart from there.
And where did you go?
Life University, which is in Marietta, Georgia, right outside of Atlanta.
Perfect. And how did your education at William Patterson influence you in your job today?
Well, it's my first foundation of the human body. We did a lot of anatomy and physiology. In order to understand how to help people, especially through chiropractic, you need to understand the foundational components of the human body and how it works. And I got that experience at William Patterson. When I went down to Life University, I had a head start because a lot of these kids that were down there didn't have the experience of anatomy and physiology. Their first experience was at the college. So William Patterson, set me up to be successful at chiropractic school.
And what made you choose to be a chiropractor or go to school for chiropractic medicine?
My first experience of chiropractic came, when I was a sophomore at William Patterson. I went to a close family friend of mine, who was a chiropractor. I visited his office in Pennsylvania, and I saw the atmosphere. I saw the dynamic between the patient and the doctor, and it just made sense to me. And I just had a feeling of like, this is what I want for my life. So from that moment forward, I knew I wanted to go down that path. And you know, William Patterson gave me the opportunity to do that, and I had an internship with a chiropractor, and you know, that kept going forward like that.
And where did you intern?
The office was, the doctor's name is Dr. Nick Stabile, and he's in Nutley as well. It's ironic. But I had my internship there, and then that actually turned into me working for him for 6 months before I went down to Life University.
And are there any professors from William Patterson University that you still remember to this day?
Absolutely. You know, Dr. Manning is probably the biggest influence on my career at William Patterson, because he is the one that introduced me to Dr. Nick. So that really allowed me to go into towards that path to chiropractic, because he could have said, no, you know, you can't do chiropractic, you have to do, you know, personal training, you have to do cardiac rehab. But he said, you know, you're interested in chiropractic, here's a great doctor, he's my doctor, go internship there, and intern there and see where it takes you. And that was really the solidifying moment that made me realize I'm definitely going to chiropractic school, and that internship, you know, allowed me to do that.
That's great. So when we return, we will find out how Dr. Ferrucci turned his exercise physiology degree into a successful chiropractic career.
All right, you ready for some baseball trivia?
Let's do it.
What year produced the most no-hit games in the big leagues?
7 no-hitters in 1990.
Wow, that's right. Now a question that's not trivial. How many children will witness bullying this year?
Huh.
The answer, 3 out of 4.
75%?
That's
Wow.
right. How many of them will say something?
Kids want to help, but don't know how. Teach them how to stop bullying and be more than a bystander at stopbullying.gov.
Welcome back to Career Path. Here with us today is Dr. Marco Ferrucci, co-founder of the Chiropractic Source, a health and wellness practice located in northern New Jersey. So, Dr. Ferrucci, tell us how you started the Chiropractic Source and what kind of services do you provide?
Well, we started, the Chiropractic Source is actually, I'm the co-founder, so the other co-founder is actually a cousin of mine. You know, he was going to school at the same time as I was, except I graduated before him. So we knew right away we were going to partner together. So the Chiropractic Source was born before we even finished school. When I came home, you know, I knew I was coming back to New Jersey. I didn't stay down in Georgia. And, you know, we opened up our office in Caldwell, was our first location. And we provide chiropractic care. We provide massage therapy. I do a lot of stuff with nutritional counseling. You know, we do blood work to see how the metabolic system is working, and we do nutrition. So I like to call it more of a health and wellness facility, because we're not just coming, you know, you're not just coming to our office because you have a pain. You know, we're looking at your body as a whole and really understanding, you know, what could we do to help you become the healthiest you've ever been. And we do that at the Caldwell office, and we just recently opened up a second location in Lyndhurst. So we got 2 of them now, and it's awesome.
And how many locations do you have in total?
2.
2? And what other degrees, or what other, what other career can a student get within the exercise physiology?
Well, you know, I was obviously the path towards chiropractic. It's more of the less common version, you know, of where to go. A lot of people who do exercise physiology will either do personal training. They'll either do personal training at their own studio or at a gym. They may do cardiac rehab with people that maybe had heart surgery or you needed to do that. Some of them go in athletic training, so they may work with sports teams and stuff like that. So there's many different aspects that you can go towards with that type of degree, but I decided to go with chiropractic.
If you didn't do chiropractic medicine, what would you have done within the physiology?
I would have done personal training.
Personal training?
I would have either opened up my own studio or I would have worked at a gym.
And I know that you're a professor here at William Patterson. What made you want to teach students?
Well, that's a passion of mine. I love educating. You know, I love to teach people about health and wellness. You know, that's what got me to where I was, and a part of me wants to give back and teach people the things that I learned. You know, I have this knowledge that other people don't have, so I'd love to share that with people because I want them to be the healthiest they can be, and sometimes they may not be getting the best education, So, I mean, it was a no-brainer that I was going to teach at some point, and to come back to William Patterson and bring it back off full circle was an awesome opportunity.
And what class is it that you teach exactly?
It's called Active Lifestyles for Health, and I teach the personal development part of it.
And what about your career do you like the most?
Helping people. You know, I mean, I love to have an impact on people's lives that they've never had before. You know, sometimes they go to a doctor and the doctor may not be able to help them the way that they want to be helped, and I always try to make sure that I'm going to have some type of lasting impression on them. You know, whether they learn something about their diet or learn something about chiropractic, I love the opportunity to change somebody's lives in some way, small or large.
And what are your future career goals?
Well, I mean, obviously continuing with chiropractic. I have my own, you know, goals and aspirations of hosting my own television show. You know, I want to host a show similar to Dr. Oz, you know, do a health and wellness program that teaches people, you know, how to be the healthiest they could be. I actually host a webinar series once a month that it's called Get to the Source with Dr. Marco. So that's my first step towards that direction. You know, I do that once a month. It's online. I allow other people to do it for free. So it's an opportunity for me to educate as well.
And where online can we see these videos?
Well, they are, you know, through my YouTube channel, which is the Chiropractic Source on YouTube. We also on Google Plus, if you know what Google Plus is, the Chiropractic Source on Google Plus, we display it on there as well.
And what advice do you give college students today?
Find out what makes you tick. You know, find out that one thing that you love and figure out a way to make money from that. That's the best way to do it. You know, don't do what your mom or dad told you what to do. Don't do what, you know, society is telling you to do. Find out inside of you what you love the most and figure out a way to make money doing it. And you'll be happy for the rest of your life.
Speaking of Google Plus and YouTube, do you think that the internet or social media has influenced your business?
100%. That's not even a question in my mind. It's probably my best marketing aspect of my offices, because it's unlimited on who you can reach. You know, you're now no longer talking to 3 people in a room, you're talking to the world. You know, you could send out a quick Facebook status or a quick tweet, and who knows where that could go. You know, somebody might pick that up and share it with somebody else, and then somebody else shares it, and it's a huge opportunity.
And about how many times do you update your social media?
Daily, multiple times a day.
And how do you use social media, or let's say like your YouTube, or especially like with your tips on wellness?
Yeah, I do a lot of, like each day I have a different plan. So, you know, for instance, on Mondays I like to use it for motivation. So I'll do a motivational post every Monday. Tuesday I like to do the Tuesday tip of the day. So I'll use a Tuesday tip. Wednesday is more about health and wellness. So I do health and wellness Wednesday, so I'll put something about there. So having a plan of action and having a schedule actually puts people more interested in you, because they know, oh, it's Tuesday, I can go get a tip real quick. Let's go to the Chiropractic Source page and find out what, you know, what I can learn. So having a plan of action and going with that schedule, I mean, it does wonders for your business.
Besides Facebook, Google Plus, and YouTube, do you have a blog within the Chiropractic Source?
On my website, we do have a blog, you know, and I write all the content on there. So it's always something from me and from my heart that I want somebody to learn about. So yes, we have a blog on the chiropracticsource.com website.
And is your the Facebook for the Chiropractic Source, is it the Chiropractic Source?
Absolutely, everything is the Chiropractic Source. You
on
look
Twitter,
up
Instagram?
Actually, Twitter is actually the Chiro Source, because you can't, it's too long to be, so it's the Chiro Source on Twitter. But everything else, you search the Chiropractic Source and you'll find it.
Okay, thank you very much. And I would like to thank my guest, Dr. Marco Ferrucci, and for joining us today. And from all of us here at Career Path, I'm Maria Diaz. See you next time.